Hey folks, Lindsey Huddleston back in the building, another SPS mental health moment. Really happy to be able to always connect with some great young people, but it's even more sweeter when it's people I know well. This nice young man I've known since he's entered the world. His dad, Aaron Dickason, is my guy, my personal through our great fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Always been a good friend. His mother, Keisha Dickason, is a sweetheart as well. So sitting right here with Mr. Aaron Dickason II. Let's get it right. He's got a lot of fame going on right now. Are you been signing autographs, man, based on your article that just came out in the newspaper?
Nah,
Not yet. I bet you
autograph.
practicing your autograph. You know, you've had some great things happening, man. You have accepted a full scholarship to Michigan State University for track. I was happy to be able to see you guys when you were part of your visit when you were here in the area. But just talk about what things have been like for you in your athletic career, because you really started out with the focus on basketball. So tell me how things have gone for you and what kind of got you to this point.
You want the full story or just shorten it up?
We got time, man. We got time. It's your time right now.
All right. Freshman year, playing straight basketball. I was on the freshman team. Then in the spring, I played AAU basketball. So I didn't do track. But then I would run in like AAU meets. Like I would do a tournament, running an AAU track meet. It was kind of like back and forth. So playing basketball in the tournament one day, and then the
Deion Sanders, you were doing the Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson playing sports.
Yeah. So like my knees would be messed up. So like my track stuff wasn't, like I wasn't too good. And then my junior year, I just focused on track. That spring I didn't do AAU basketball, so that's when I began to love it. Just started playing, running track.
How difficult it is sometimes when you're a multi-sport athlete and you're having success in one, and this is not to, discredit anybody in your coaching community, because I don't know those individuals, but just sometimes do you get a lot of pressure to make a decision to focus on one sport or the other, or just, get pushed one way or the other?
I wouldn't say pressure, but it seems like in Kalamazoo, people try to do multiple sports, yeah. And I feel like if they would just focus on, what they're best at, that would probably be better, I feel like. Yeah. Because for me, when I focused, it, opened more doors for me.
Yeah. How tough was it, man? I'm a basketball guy at heart, no doubt. How tough was it for you early on in your playing career to not feel that you were getting the opportunities you really wanted and, not really getting the break to be able to get out there and contribute like you wanted? How tough was it for you during that time?
Yeah, it was pretty tough because I love basketball first. So I just felt that politics got in the way a little bit, but it was for the best.
It's for the best. I know you're very fortunate. You have an excellent support group in both your mom and dad and how they support you. What advice can you give to another young person who may watch this or hear about this, who may not have the same kind of support group you have? I mean, your dad, no joke, is a brilliant guy. He's extremely intelligent, very understanding about the ways of the world. So is your mom. So you have a very unique support group just with your immediate family and your family around, including your lovely sister and brother who are doing really well too. But what would you tell someone who didn't have that kind of support group?
I would encourage them to just keep going and just keep working, because if you keep working, then the time you put in, it'll show. So just keep working.
So when did you come to the conclusion that, basketball is going to be, something in the past, I'm going to focus on track and be all into that?
Well, it was kind of, it was my sophomore year summer. That's when I stopped AAU. One tournament, I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore, because it was one tournament I came off the bench in the second half and I dropped 20 in the game. And then the next game, I dropped 15 off the bench and I was barely even getting in. And then it was the championship the next game, and we was getting blew out by 20 and I wasn't even getting in. So I was like, why would I stay? So then the next week, that's when I went to a AAU track meet, and I was regionals, and I won. So from then on, I was just track. But actually, then my junior year, I still played basketball because I made varsity. So
you had a different look at what was going on. Wow, man. So talk about coming to Spartan Country, man. I'm around the campus a lot. I know what it's like. I know how, great the programs are. But what was it about Michigan State that made you say this is where home is going to be?
Well, when I went on my visit, I just loved the way everything looked. Like I like the hot baths, the cold baths, because I take ice baths all the time. That was cool. Good facility. Then education, what I want to go into, that's there. And then when I went and watched the practice, the Big Ten champ was there. Will, I don't know how to say his last name, Adegadu or something like that.
Uh-huh.
He was the Big Ten champ, so he was there talking to me. He was like, Coach Yo, she'll drop your times. Then he talked to me about the workouts, bunch hurdles and stuff I do now. So I felt like I'll fit in.
Yeah.
I can get better there.
It's like you got the best of so many worlds. I mean, you're an hour away, so you're not really far, but you are away from home. You're at a major institution, and I know track will be your primary, but, the popularity of both the basketball program with Coach Izzo and now Coach Mel Tucker being here is a huge thing, too. So you're going to kind of be in the mix, huh?
Yep.
So talk about what COVID-19 has been like, having this quarantine and having to be able to kind of be a little bit more settled in. I see your dad's growing a big afro like 1980. Everything is different. I'm messing with Aaron. I know he'll watch this and laugh. But what has that been like for you kind of being on lockdown?
It's been tough because I haven't been able to see my friends a lot. But I just look at it as like an opportunity because with all the time I have on my hands, I can just do my workouts. Well, minus weight room workouts, but do home workouts and, get over hurdles and train daily so I can just train a lot and focus more.
Yeah, it's funny. Before I talked to you, I was on the phone with one of my sports psychology clients, and they talked about, being able to get this extended amount of rest, being able to have a different mental focus. And when they got out, they started seeing their times decreasing and all the little things that come with being successful. So I think there's a chance if you keep the right mindset, you'll be able to do some good things. So while I still have you, Aaron, tell me some things that you can share to the other young people that can kind of keep them motivated, because we know things are changing a little bit with the COVID-19. I know June 1st, the NCAA has talked about resuming some of the activities, so things are kind of moving in the right direction. But what advice could you give other young people who are at home with the COVID right now, 19 quarantine right now?
Young people or young athletes?
Young athletes, excuse me.
Young athletes. I would encourage young athletes to get a piece of paper, a pencil, and write down your goals, and then so you can start focusing on what you want to do. Write them down, and then write down how you'll get to the goals that you write, and then go from there. Just get the plan going.
Writing down goals is really important. And I like how you said a piece of paper, because so many times we take our phone and we make sure that we do it like that. But there's something really powerful about writing something down. I know you still got basketball love. We talked about The Last Dance. What was it like for you watching the 10-part documentary?
Watching The Last Dance, it's just motivation, seeing how Michael Jordan would just get up and work harder than everybody, outwork everybody. Just that dog he had.
Yeah. Do you think that's something you can incorporate into your track life?
Definitely. Just hard work, especially with track, because if you don't work, your times won't be consistent. You'll be all over the place. You have to be consistent and just keep working. With track, definitely. Because basketball, I mean, you got to work in basketball too, but track is just a different breed to me.
Yeah, it is. Well, I know your sister will be soon, Dr. Dickason. She's working on becoming a major influence in the medical field. What are you looking at studying? What do you want to do?
For me, well, I just changed my major because I was thinking about going her route, but now I just changed it to kind of going my dad's route, what he does, computer science. I'm gonna major in computer science and minor in information technology.
Right. No, that's really good. What is that like, man, for you being the youngest and having a sister who's so accomplished? I mean, she's done so many great things. She's traveled the world. And, how does it feel having someone in your immediate family that's so accomplished?
I just look up to mostly everybody in my family and just pick out the good from them and, learn from the bad and just, just learn from all of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm laughing as we get out of here. I got a funny story. I remember years ago coming down to visit you guys, and I think we were all getting ready to watch a show or something like that, but you had something else in mind you wanted to watch. So you was like, we go vote on it. You would have got a piece of paper. Your dad quickly shut that down, but that speaks to how analytical your household is and how much fun you guys have. Listen, man, I'm really happy for you and all that you're doing, man. And I think you're a great young role model. Do you feel like a role model yourself sometimes?
I mean, not yet. I don't feel like I've done enough, but I'm probably some people in the community look up to me.
Yeah, well, let me tell you what a professor in college told me years ago. Aaron, people are always looking and watching. So even though you set goals and you don't feel you've accomplished the things you want to accomplish, you know, you had success in high school, you're a Division I college athlete, you know, on your way to doing that. You have high academic goals. You keep yourself out of trouble. So believe me, more than you think, there are people young and older looking up to you. So just stay on the path, man. So before we get out, anything else you want to say? Anyone when you want to shout out? Any last message you got for us?
Shout out all my friends. Shout out Ash, Derwin, Kane, Quincy, and Grand Rapids Fire Track Club.
Oh man, he shouted it out right there. Man, well, look, I'm so happy for you, and the advantage of me being here in East Lansing, I won't be far away, and definitely keep an eye on you. And I know you're going to be successful. So thank you for stopping in for the SPS Mental Health Moment, and best of luck for everything.
Thank you.
Yep, Aaron Dickason II. We'll see you guys next time.